It's a bootlegkev.com exclusive.
Yo, it's Power 98.3, Ready Set Radio, our 1-year anniversary show. And you know, we got a special guest. This dude tore it down last night. Him and LP, a.k.a. Run the Jewels, did their thing at the Crescent Ballroom. We got Killer Mike in the building.
Man, what's happening? What's happening? How y'all doing? Thank y'all for having me in this hot, gorgeous city.
Yeah, it's hot. It is gorgeous. Mike, you and LP have had quite the year and a half or so run together. Rap music was
a year.
One of the best albums of last year.
Thank you
Top
very much.
2 or 3 to me.
I think number one.
I don't like to ever say what's number one.
I have to say it.
It's so hard to say number one.
I worked hard to say it.
It's definitely.
I didn't have the marketing budget that the other guys did.
You didn't.
So I'll say it.
But you did get a lot of critical accolades for it. Even though
for
you
the
know
work,
for sure.
the work, definitely.
What brought you guys together? I mean, we were talking off the mic right now. It's kind of an unexpected collaboration.
Yeah, it was. We have a mutual friend named Jason DeMarco, who's an executive at Adult Swim. And he thought it'd be cool for me to make the type of album I wanted to make, which was an album where I had no restrictions. And he and I thought of a bunch of cool producers we liked. L was on that short list of producers. I got in to work with L first, and within 48 hours, I just knew L is supposed to be making this album. So that's why L made the album. I just started badgering him. I said, you got to do it. And we just built one heck of a friendship, and we make dope music together. And after we had last year's run of his phenomenal album, Cancer
Crazy
Cure,
album, yeah.
Yep, and my album, Rap Music, after that, we did Coachella cruise like December. I had to go to Europe for a month. But before I left, we went to the studio and started recording for an EP that we hadn't even titled yet. And then we got back up in April. And it was like, we're going to call this thing Run the Jewels. The group is Run the Jewels.
That's such an ill name.
Yeah, it is.
It's like I heard that and I just thought MOP. Like nice.
Yeah. Man, that's such a compliment that you say that, because, we didn't want to form a dynamic duo that was just the egos of who we were as solo artists. Like, we're friends, so our whole thing is the same way when your friend's 16, 17 years old. Like, you and your man just want to be the dopest rap group or the dopest DJ crew, and
right.
So it's in the spirit of MOP, of Smooth the Hustler, Trigger the Gambler. Our greatest muse is EPMD.
Yeah.
It's in the spirit.
I
want to
say too, of course I don't want to put down past duos, but talent-wise, on the mic, production-wise, y'all might be one of the greatest duos.
I'm trying. I ain't gonna do nothing.
Because I feel like, I always feel like I've been a big fan of all the Pledge Allegiance to the Grind tape, like everything. Like, of course, your first album, Monster, all that stuff. But I always feel like, I know you know this, you're an underrated dude in the game. Like, lyrically, you are one of the illest, and LP on the production side, and even on the mic side, is another underrated dude, especially on the production side.
Exactly.
So you guys just kind of form like Voltron.
Exactly. Remember that Form Like Voltron quote too.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I want to talk to you, man, because of course you built up your Pledge Allegiance to the Grind thing. You had 3 albums.
Yeah. 1 through 3.
1 through 3.
Fourth and final.
That's what I wanted to ask. Fourth is So we're gonna have another Killer Mike Pledge Allegiance to the Grind 4.
That will be a God in the Building 3, and that will be a That's Life 3. That will be the end of both those series.
Okay.
Pledge 4, I think, is going to be the end. I just put a lot of pressure on myself.
When you make music, like when you have songs that are like a series, like conceptually, like what is the writing process like? Do you have to think
the writing process is first? It better be as good or better as the previous.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you write the first one, do you know you're going to do a second one?
No, I don't want to write the first one. Like, think about the records we're talking about. God in the Building, That's Life. Those records are like, they're scathing, and then in terms of That's Life, they're scathing from a social standpoint. They're a rant, a furious rant most of the time. That's Life 1 talked to the black bourgeoisie in particular.
I feel like too, before you complete that, I want to say it's in the same vein. Like when you think of what was the Razzcast song that he came out with on Cold as Ice, The Nature of the Threat. Do you know that song? Yeah. Continue though.
Exactly. That's a huge compliment too. Thank you. Shouts out to Raz. But the first one was really going at the black elitist class to some degree. The second one really got at like politicians and ministers. Like, it hit the black elitist class. We got right up there. We got right into like Eddie Long. You know what I mean? So, who knows what 3 is going to bring? I just know that, my spirit's not at rest with Oscar Grant's murder. My spirit's not at rest with Trayvon's murder. So I got a lot of things to get out in record. That because I can't walk around this hurt. I got to get it out. So you'll hear about at least those two things we know, and whatever else you know.
Let me ask you. I mean, like you've always been a politically charged MC. You always have had records that, you know, if you're just some random old white dude and you heard, you're like, damn, like that is the scary stereotypical black guy making hip hop music right there that I don't want my kid listening to. But how do you feel? I mean, of course, you feel angry about the Trayvon situation, but where's your stance on like the stand your ground law and, you know?
I mean, people who know me know, like, me and that old white guy probably got more in common than not. Like I am socially and I'm economically conservative. Economically, I would be considered conservative. You know, I come from the black community. Morally, black people as a community are pretty conservative.
When it comes to homosexuality, all that stuff, religion.
Yeah, exactly. Religious stuff like it, we have more in line, you know, with watchers of Fox News. It just happens that people who watch Fox and Fox as a culture happens to gratuitously plant race in the middle of conversations where it doesn't need to be. But for me, you know, I hunt, I fish, I'm married, I have children. My values are very set in a conservative mindset. But, you know, I fight for freedom for, you know, unromantic reasons. I like drinking when I want to drink, smoking when I want to smoke, going to strip clubs and living a free life. I like owning guns. I do not want the government to know how many guns or bullets I own. I want the government in my business.
I'm on the same page with you with that, and it's crazy because are you familiar with Alex Jones?
Yeah, the talk.
It's crazy. Like, it's crazy because I never heard a dude, but I watched the interview he did with Immortal Technique.
Yeah, I watched that.
You watched that? Yeah, and I was like, I'd only seen bits and pieces of that dude, and like I just thought he was just a typical Fox News type, you know, crazy right-wing racist type dude. But that interview really opened my eyes. But yeah, with the gun situation, like I feel the same way because there's so much, you know, with the FEMA camps popping up.
There's a lot of things. I mean, even, you know, just know that. And I heard Ice-T say, and I've always looked up to Ice, not only, you know, as a rapper for those incredible first 3 albums especially, but as a social commentator. I feel that he has, for hip-hop, been a Mark Twain of sorts to us, unrecognized and unacknowledged. But, you know, Ice-T, he said, you know, truthfully, my gun is about, you know, resistance to tyranny. As Americans, we should own guns because the government... That's the reason why... You know what I'm saying? I have on my Facebook page, the government should fear the people, not the other way around. And that's for real, and I feel like that. So, you know, I would challenge those white guys that just hear what they perceive as yelling in a bass-heavy beat. And, you know, for me, in terms of me, I might be the guy you want to listen to.
Do you feel like... I feel like nowadays, there's really not, like, the civil rights leaders that are out there, like Reverend Al Sharpton. I feel like a lot of people feel like someone like Al Sharpton has ulterior motives. Do you feel like someone
he definitely has ulterior motives.
Well, yeah. David Banner, I remember when I interviewed David Banner, he just said, fuck Al Sharpton in our interview.
Well, that's not what I'm going to say.
But I'm saying a lot. I know a lot of people feel that way, but what I'm saying is, do you feel like you and just hip-hop, I feel like hip-hop, in a way, can or are the new civil rights leaders, because you guys are really speaking to the youth in a way that Al Sharpton and...
I'm a leader not because I'm a rapper. I'm a leader because I've been an activist since I was 15 years old.
Right.
Like, I've been trained because my grandmother was a marcher and a sit-in, you know, young lady in her youth. Like, you know, I've been trained by Edward Johnson and Alice Johnson, no relation. You know, I've been mentored by Andrew Young, you know, the mayor, former ambassador, and, you know, lieutenant of Dr. King. So I am qualified. Most rappers are not qualified. Most rappers are people giving their opinion, and I would rather they not be in social issues. I would like for them to donate to social issues to people like Amina Matthews in Chicago, who has a gang intervention program. I would like them to intervene by giving their money to people who are organizing in the community on a grassroots level. But I would not want rappers to be the leader of any civil rights anything. I would like them to speak on the behalf. I would like them to be with the families of, but they are capitalists and we have a capital interest. I'm an activist first, so, you know, I've decided what's comfortable for me. I own a business, and me and my wife do other things in terms of legal business, land ownership, house ownership, right, in turn to properly make sure I'm going to live the American dream I want to live. So I'm not going to sell you out for a contract. But the other people who do what I do are readily willing to do that because they are capitalists and they're in it for capital gain. And that's just where we are with rap. But what I'm hopeful about is that the kids who listen to rap are the next leaders in civil rights. I want kids that are smart enough to listen to rap and listen to rock and to, doesn't matter if you're hood or hipster, to be able to be comfortable in every setting. So I'm more comfortable with the fact that the generation of rap listeners is prepared to be leaders, and I'm less enthusiastic about looking at celebrities, B-level celebrities like the one on Fox News, or people you perceive as real celebrities like the ones on MTV, and being your leaders. You should be leading us. You know, Marvin Gaye did What's Going On because of the culture and the environment that black people are going through as a whole, not just because he had the epiphany to lead people. So you should be leading us, not us leading you.
Who are some artists that you do respect though in that manner, as far as that are, you know?
Oh, lots of artists who I respect in terms of saying something and doing. Like David Banner's a sayer and a doer.
Definitely.
Mortal Technique is a sayer and a doer. I've been a sayer and a doer. Dead Prez, sayer and a doer. Their DJ, who's also a rapper. Mike Flo, RBG, you know, sayer and a doer. There are too many to name. Bamboo, my brother, who I just left in the bass, sayer and a doer.
Bamboo's a Filipino rapper, right?
He's a Filipino rapper.
Yeah, he's dope.
Shouts out to Rocky Rivera, his girl too. She also is an activist. You know, it's just, so there are lots of rappers to be supporting in that way. But when we're talking about rappers, we know the perception is what you're talking about. People who are on top 40, people that you see on TV, people that are taking pictures next to presidents and such. Like, you know those people are limited in what they can say because they're in business with the same people that are imprisoning you. Of
course. What's your take on Kanye West, man? I mean, he came out with this new Yeezus album. He had the new Slaves on there, which I feel like, I'm a huge Kanye fan, but I
am too.
I felt like it was kind of like a New Slaves was real. Like everything he was saying in that song, I rocked with. But you know, he's selling $150 white tees. You know what I'm saying?
That's a thought. That's a thought. I don't know. I don't know what other people perceive. I just know I made the best rap album last year and this year.
And this year. That's what's up.
That's what I know.
That's what's up, man.
And I know if that's the type of music that people are hype about right now, I just challenge you to listen to Ice Cube, listen to Scarface, listen to Dead Prez, listen to Killer Mike, listen to Mortal Technique, because I don't want you to think that that's your only source of music to stimulate that part of your mind. I like that music. I love what Kanye's done, but I really, really, really want you to expand. Like, it's not enough to simply like Confunction. That's not liking funk. That's liking a band. Right. You have to get into funk. You got to start going back. Who are the other people I hadn't heard of? So what I want you to do is fall in love with hip hop enough to get past the icons and get to the real message. The message of New Slaves is a deep message. It's a right now message. This has been the central theme of rap music for 30 years. So I need
the central theme of your music, really.
It's been a central theme of my thing for 11 years, exactly. But it ain't just about me. I ain't saying don't listen to him, listen to me. I want you to understand that this is a central theme as a listener in music for 30 years. So I want you to see how Public Enemy influenced Ice Cube, influenced me, influenced Kanye, influenced Scarface. I want you to see that, and it's a bigger, more dynamic, song than even the one you've heard. The best song probably like that is the one the listeners who are listening to this is going to write. So I just want them to be all the way inspired. And just know I had the 2 best rap albums last year and this year.
And go get them.
Believe it.
Go get them.
Run the Jewels, rap music, yeah.
Run the Jewels LP. Of course, you guys got the tour going on.
Mm-hmm.
Who are some new artists? Of course, I know.
Thank y'all for last night too. Y'all showed a lot of love, man.
I'm a fan of you. I'm a fan of Pill, and I'm a fan of Outkast. And there was supposed to be this magical,
it's going to happen.
Hook up. Is that going to happen still?
Yeah, I've been on the road, and Big's been on the road. Big and I were on the road together for a while. We started messing with beats. Pill headbutted with the law a couple times, and he's good now.
I ran into Pill in Austin.
He's back on Instagram.
I ain't seen you
that's how you know where Pill at. He pop up on Instagram, so he's back on Instagram. He just hit me like, bro, when you get back, we going in. So we'll be in the studio this fall.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. So we're looking forward to that. And who are some other Atlanta artists that are coming up?
Man, them 2 9 boys, I got a lot of love for.
I met them in Texas.
They're doing their thing in a major way, and I love seeing they're doing Scotty. He's doing his thing in a major way.
Dope. Burn One killed the production on it.
SL Jones, man.
SL Jones, plus another Burn One dude.
Exactly. Jones out of Arkansas. He's been on the Atlanta scene with Grind Time. For starters, and now just running with his own thing in a beautiful way as my brother, so support him. Ra, who was formerly Young Capone, but Ra, man, is, if you like Scotty, you're also gonna love Ra. He they both have this soulful thing about them. Rah-Rah is rah-rah, a little wild, a little raunchier with it. Yeah, then I'm gonna give him some verses when I get back. So those are really, I say, the four that I'm really watching.
Check out the new Ritz album too that dropped. The Ritz album is crazy.
Oh yeah, Ritz is. But I like when you say like who's coming. To me, Ritz has he's arrived. Like
right.
I think
arrived.
He found the perfect marriage. Like I watched.
That's real.
Me and my wife were driving when we were coming down here. I watched like 3 hours of just Tech 9 stuff because I really admire what Tech does. I admire his business model and.